Southeastern had a historic season in 2025. The Lions were crowned the Southland regular season champs, leading the league in a handful of metrics and winning a plethora of individual awards, but unfortunately was eliminated earlier than expected from the conference tournament, being one of 4 teams out from the field of 64. I caught up with Lions head coach Bobby Barbier to preview the 2026 season. You talked about losing some producers, but of course you're excited about filling those gaps as well. So just kind of elaborate on me for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have a good season, you're probably going to have some older guys that do well, you know. I mean, we had guys like TJ Salvaggio at shortstop, Connor O'Neill, Brendan Stupridge, who was pitcher of the year in the league, and had more than that. But we had a lot of good players that were older. Some got drafted, some were graduated. So it's, you know, when you have those new guys, you know, you can see how talented they are in practice and when you recruit them, but you always know what production, you know, and I think that I kind of mentioned it in there. We can be anxious about if they will produce, or we can be excited about what they can produce, and I think we're really excited about what some of these guys can do.
And speaking of producing, I mean, you had a historic season last year with Southeastern, of course, but you led the league in home runs, double plays, ERA as well. How do you build on that going into the season?
Yeah, well, the best stat I like is championship, right? That's what we're here for. I mean, I think it's second one in 30 years, you know, we've had there, which is crazy with the amount of tradition that's been at Southeastern. So we can just do what get this team as good as we can get it, you know, and let individually make them as good a baseball player as they can be, and we really hang our hat on development. And then, you know, after that, if you make good baseball players, then only make good teams. So, and good men, you know, I mean, I think that's important too, is and being with them as they become better men, you know, in these formative years of 18 to 23, 24 now, some of them.
You've lost some guys, but you have guys that are returning, of course, and they have seen what it takes to get to the level that you all reached last year. You know, not being wide-eyed, rising to the occasion as well. How big do you think that will play this season? Well,
I think you have two different ideas about it. Are you satisfied? You know, because you won, you set out, we did what we set out to do. Are you satisfied, or you taste a little bit, become hungrier? You know, and I think the guys that we have back are that second one. You know, I mean, I think they're hungry. You know, I think they're made like we want them to be made, and excited to get to work with them here in a little bit.
We're going to talk about some of the hard-hitting programs that you will see this season. Kent State, Tulane, of course the national champs in LSU too. When you, I guess as far as a measuring stick, right, when you're playing those teams before you get into conference play, just how pivotal will those contests be?
I mean, they are. I mean, you know, when you play good at competition, the ball moves a little faster. You know, I mean, off the mound, off the bat, you know, across the infield. So when you challenge yourself with good teams, those things, the mistakes get magnified. You know, so it'll be a lot of fun playing those guys. You know, we got Oklahoma coming in for a home game, which is kind of cool. You know, they're coming on the way to LSU, and we can get some of those guys doing that every once in a while with our relationship. So it'll be a tough test, but I mean, every game is. Our game is one that, you know, the Dodgers have a payroll that's unbelievable, but they don't go win every game, because our game is one that, you know, it kind of evens things out if you play well.
And of course, in conference play in the Southland, you're going to get everybody's best arms, of course. Of course, you all know that pretty well, but you're seeing those guys, and we talked about this most of the season last year, you know, a multiple bid league. How excited are you just to dive back into conference play, and of course with the hopes of winning it all?
Yeah, well, I mean, when you got to conference, you're more familiar a lot of times with those teams. You play them 3 times a year, maybe another 2 or 3 in a tournament setting, so you're very familiar with them. It forms some rivalry type things, you know. It's a little more excited, a little more animated sometimes when you're competing against those guys. But just look forward to it every year. I mean, we've got a great conference. We're proud to be a part of it. It's really good baseball. You know, I think that's something we can hang our hat on every year, that our conference got good baseball.
And Coach, I don't want to, you know, assume for you, but does this team have a chip on their shoulder?
I would hope so. Kind of what we talked about earlier. You know, you're satisfied because you did something really cool last year, or you're hungry for more. You know, and we talked about that as a team a little bit yesterday. You know, and just can we create that grit again? You know, and I think we got a bunch of nice guys on our team. They're great guys. You know, but can we create that grit and that competitiveness that it takes to go ahead and win?
And Southeastern opens their season with a 3-game series hosting Kent State.